Ah, friends. One of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Baldessian request your presence in Charlene at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldessian Annex at once. Ojika awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ajdaya the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is still much and more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together.
He wants to show Big Sis all the things he's built.
You know, there's a question, like, how long is it going to take for her to, like, get to his size again? 1,000 years?
Centuries, probably. Dragons live a long ass time, and near as I can know, they don't stop growing. If Midgard's Ormer's any indication. Look at that guy, that guy's a fucking monolith.
Yeah, the guy's the size. The guy could wrap around, like, the freaking airship that.
Yeah, he wrapped around the Agrius.
Which is the largest ship
How
that
did you
the
pronounce that?
Garleans ever had, right?
The Agrius.
Agrius. Agrius.
Something. No.
The Anglo-Saxons, I don't fucking know.
Excuse me. As someone from East Anglia, I take offense.
Thought you were British. I don't know anything about that part of the world. I will say that right now.
That entire sentence just, ooh.
I am sorry. I am swimming in ignorance, not malice. Please do not blame me for the failures of my country's education system.
East Anglia is a region within within England, which is where the Anglo-Saxons were. The Saxons were earlier former Brits. Like
okay.
The city where I was born has a castle that had Saxon kings. So.
Okay. Apologies. Again, I'm not well versed in your part of the world.
Kingdom of East Anglia is a region of England.
Yeah. Yeah. American education system. If it ain't America, it don't fucking exist.
It depends on where you're at.
If you want to learn about anything else, you gotta go to college, and for that, you gotta sell yourself into lifelong debt. America! We fucking suck. Anyway, I can never remember if this character is a man or a woman.
I remember that they're the sibling of that little shit from Eureka.
Yeah, for a second I thought they were floating, but then I see this.
No, they have a stool.
They is little.
No, you're little. Anyway, I'm not gonna do a voice. I'm just gonna. A warm and hearty welcome to you. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Kryl and Graha. There.
Remember back when we thought the new job was gonna be a green mage?
That was one possibility.
But no, it said Nero's going to be salty that someone stole his idea.
You know, having just gone through Stormblood, I'm not used to seeing her without her freaking hood up.
Thank you for coming on such short notice. And forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the Void, to say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. Now then, we aren't exactly the ones who require your presence, but Arundel. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf.
What's Bunny Boy want?
I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition.
He wishes to take us along that Dawntrail.
Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there is someone whom he wishes the Warrior of Light to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the Studium. Shall we look for him there?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We have to meet a lot of people.
You know,
I mean, it comes with being famous.
They just want us to decide the succession of their entire nation for some reason. Also,
oh my God,
sci-fi.
have females?
What?
Just the whole thing of like how we've never seen like a female Rothgar before this. Just imagining like the warrior of life saying, "Oh my gosh."
Oh my god, boobs!
Remember back when we thought
Like boobs!
remember back when we thought the Vieira just hid all their males away until breeding season?
I mean, that's usually what they do. And some of the males are like, man, I don't want to be a sex toy. Sex is great, but only in moderation. You do it all day and it gets boring, and eventually, you know, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, by snoo.
Death by snoo, otherwise known as sexual assault. Anyway. Now then, where is Erinville?
We're not gonna get tackled by this person, are we?
Voiced, by the way.
Erinville!
Enable in 3,
2,
2,
1, go.
There he is.
Fun boy!
Fun boy.
Fun boy.
He was sticking around for the next expansion. He's even in the trailer.
Yep.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important.
Nah, just finished up with the void.
I chanced upon some commissioned
Well,
items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
A patch of empty air. Thank you,
Well,
Graha.
it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Oh, no.
Just fast to be late.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us.
Candidate.
This is her. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
There's a whole
Ooh,
thing
you weren't
sounds there,
exaggerating.
too.
It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm
I
Wuklamat,
also like how
claimant to the
Wuklamat
throne of
already has
Tural.
the HD textures going on. Well, everyone else doesn't, so she's just
Truly
crisp
your
compared
lord.
to everyone else.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Forward.
That'll have to wait till the summer.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Right of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning.
Yeah. Sweet.
I was searching for champions to join me when Erinville told me about you.
Doesn't come bringing out.
A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps
It's
aside
addressed later.
terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our
I
star.
really need the holiday.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Why do you volunteer us these things?
Now you know why.
She's so eager.
You come to Tural, yes?
So,
I've yet to hear a reason
Wait,
why.
Let's
this is
all just
our
slow
problem.
down. Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with 2 heads besides.
huh?
Let's see in the trailer.
He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
two-headed
Your
lizard
dad's an
adopts
elephant
kitty.
with 2 heads.
So
Not an
that is the
elephant.
way of it.
Lizard. Mamulja.
My apologies if I was indelicate.
Mamulja. I thought the Mamulja were the...
Hardly.
You're thinking
I
of the
know little
Matonga.
about your land and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met.
I am confusion.
If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda.
Valia, what now?
Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
Eh. We literally killed Despair itself.
We've heard about the Golden City, though. Emmett mentioned it.
He
It
did.
was on his list of things to do.
That was on his list of things for us to
The
see.
fabled golden cities of the New World.
Which
he
means
said.
if we don't do it, he'll be grumbling
He'll
and
sulk
getting
at-
grumpy
he'll
in the live
frown at
stream.
us more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does. Yeah.
His
So,
his
bottom
brow
line?
lights are already really
Before we-
creased.
Before we go with a decision, I just want to. I guess it's just been a while.
Wow.
Mamulja. You said like lizard people?
Have you not
The
watched
Mamulja
the,
are lizard people with long necks.
have you
They're
not
more
watched the
slender
Dawntrail
than the.
cutscene?
Uh, I think I watched it once, and I guess I must have missed it.
I will drop a picture of a Mamulja or two.
We haven't. They're not
in
very
the-
common, but you can find a couple of links on the Mincer and like the Blue Mage quest
They,
line.
they were carried over from. They originated in FF11.
A lot of things do.
You know, when you said lizard, I thought you meant like bongo. And I'm like,
No.
oh yeah, Thanatos will love it there.
I mean, they got similar proportions.
Yeah, like the only place you typically find them is Limsa and Laminsa because they like trade with Vilbrand.
There we go. There's some pictures of Mamulja.
Oh,
Those guys.
Oh.
There's a shop in by the Aetherite. That was one.
And apparently, having two heads is considered a blessing to their people.
Also a sign of inbreeding.
You know when she said 2 heads, I thought like,
No,
thought
just
she
straight up
meant,
two
like-
heads.
How does that work? Do they have individual brains? Only one brain? Is it like conjoined twins?
We fought a Mamulja with two heads before. They have like separate personalities, but they operate as one entity. They're basically like siblings who,
Conjoined
weird
twins.
countries?
yeah, conjoined twins.
Why do we always get the weird countries?
Okay, for one thing, that's racist as shit.
I'm just
Also,
saying.
can I point out that this weird country is the analog to America?
What?
I mean, yeah, if you've ever looked at first world gear that we already have, it's basically just Native American outfits. Granted, somewhat stereotypical, but still.
On the geography, the New World is literally the New World. It kind of speaks for itself. It's geographically where America would be,
Yeah.
whereas Eorzea is Europe.
Yeah. Eorzea is Europe. Ilzabard is like, like the central part of the Eurasian continent and like India with Razathan. And then you get all the way over to Othard, and that's, just Asia in general with like China and like Japan and shit.
Mostly Japan.
Then you go far, and then you go south to Marasidia. That's just Australia.
You don't notice that the world map has a striking resemblance to our world, Earth, because this is literally the Final Valley multiverse. It's a version of Earth.
Oh my god.
Final Fantasy 13 eventually just straight up turns into Planet Earth at the end of its trilogy, but we don't talk about that.
Well, I learned nothing new today. Okay, 3rd one.
Okay,
Fair
Golden
enough.
City. All right, I've heard about that before. Little history lesson for the audience.
Sorry, we had a whole conversation there.
So
and
the
left you
tales
waiting.
have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
My grumpy best friend of me told me about it.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it
So
doesn't
who was that the
exist.
Golden City is the sci-fi utopia land?
Tural and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions.
So, like I said, it doesn't bring in an outsider like us cheating.
So let's go on a hunt
Gets
together.
addressed later.
There's no better way
They
to
do
get
address that.
acquainted.
And who's the rival that half the Scions are going to side with?
Wait, what?
You heard that? The whole thing of Dawntrail, the Scions are kind of in a friendly competition with each other, backing two different horses, so to speak.
2.
I don't know.
So, wait, all
Graha!
of them.
Let's just play the patch. You'll get your info.
Hey. You just want to hear more of this lady talk,
I do. I love this woman.
Sam.
There's a reason I basically just
Shit.
plan on parroting her when I finally get to play F56 in a long form campaign myself. Kara is just straight up based off her, at least loosely.
Enough auto events!
Yep. The chance to see not only Tural, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let's begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what might be a suitable location for her hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course. But according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed that they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition?
Isn't that the island that was full of ether that we
Yeah.
siphoned from?
Yeah. Siphoned some of the ether. It's basically just the converging point of a fuck ton of ley lines, so it's going to be spewing forever. The isle isn't far, and we would also be helping those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tural.
Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in the multiverse.
Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have a chance to get acquainted.
We've fought gods and despair and Asians.
And
I still
Zodiac,
have a hard time with beasties.
and Zodiac
The world
turned
is
into
fucked
a
up,
wit's
man.
end.
And a literal embodiment of darkness.
And
light.
before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions... My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible.
Go grab your paintbrush.
Are we gonna get a preview of Pictomancer?
Yes. I've heard that she
Is Kyle gonna bring out her
change.
little paintbrush?
If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel.
I feel like we need more information on this whole competition to choose a successor.
Yeah, we do, and we'll get it. That is addressed, like as I keep saying.
Who are the rivals? Why
Speaking
should
of
we back this
Dawntrail.
horse? Yeah?
I'm half contemplating to have Thanatos play as a Viper.
Fun?
Peloton. Speed us.
To
I was-
literally do your flute, Elfman.
Yeah, I was saying pardon to what Thanatos was saying, because I didn't hear it because there was whispering.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying, I'm contemplating having Thanatos play as a Viper when we do Dawntrail.
Go Assassin's Creed in us.
Viper just looks so much fun.
I know for a fact, anytime I decide to glamour up as Scarlet over on my main, I'll be rocking in as Viper. Because, you know, 2 swords. Whole thing.
2 swords that literally turn into 1.
I mean, that's not something Scarlet typically did, but fuck it, whatever, I don't care.
And you know, it kind of actually fits. Because after the whole campaign, with losing Caius, Thanatos lost a lot of his, like, dark abilities, didn't he?
He didn't lose them necessarily.
Like,
He was
without
still
his dark
powerful.
Side, he lost his dark side with Caius, didn't he?
His dark side returned to him. I'd say that Thanatos still retained most of his power, it just wasn't as fractured. And maybe downscaled a little bit, but like... It wasn't like part of him was deleted. A part of him that had been cut off, but just tied on by a rope, just refused back to the hole.
Oh.
Thanatos just regained full
Instance.
control of his power.
Oh, yep, instance. Oh boy.
Alright, Wuklamat. So we have to take a ship? And I've barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hand! Come on, let's get going. Upon boarding the ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. In addition, we'll be required to participate in fighting. Please note that if we leave, we lose. Proceed.
Proceed.
Blah, 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 blah. God.
Peanuts adults.
I remember doing this island so much.
From here, we must walk.
The duty roulettes.
Yeah, he came up a lot. But I didn't mind it. Very
Auto
chill music.
advance.
Auto advance in 3, 2, 1, go.
So much ice. It rivals even Tural.
So she is a warrior.
Ooh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
What?
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know.
It's like
She's so cute.
He's like, you know, I'm still thinking.
So
about
this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Yep.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
Who's Con?
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
Brother.
Actual brother or...
The great big
Immortal
cavern
brother?
under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kono's my second older brother. And until recently, he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see.
Cut.
One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
So...
Do we get to know the name?
Ask whatever you like. I don't
Kona,
mind.
they said.
But I maintain
K-O-A-N-A.
hunting together is the best way to
So
get to know
does-
someone.
Did their dad just adopt species of all kinds and shapes and sizes? That the deal?
That's what I'm gathering. Honestly,
The
not a bad
researchers should be
idea
up
for a
ahead.
ruler if they want to
Let's find them
inspire
and learn what
unity
we
among
can.
a very racially diverse nation. It's like, hey, look at this. Look at all my kids from all walks of life. So that means you dipshits have no reason not to get along.
If only the real America was like that.
Unfortunately, in our world, we're all human and that's boring.
The researchers should be just ahead.
Alrighty, duty commenced.
Oh, I thought Cry was
There.
this good.
The building to the
She'll
northeast.
be here later.
So, ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me.
Alright, big axe lady, let's do it.
Right, let's hunt our fill.
Alright, that's one pack down.
God, I'm so rusty.
Look, someone's in trouble.
Sheep!
I'll just
Taste my axe.
Murder the sheep. Sheep.
These animals are usually so docile.
We kind of like these sheep. These sheep are cute. The Final Fantasy XI sheep are evil. These sheep go and are really cute and fluffy, so I'm less obligated to despise their very existence.
These ones are kind of matter.
Alright. We'll talk to the hard-pressed surveyor once everyone is gathered.
Yeah,
All the others
I'm still killing Gary.
Alright, good for you then. I'll take this opportunity to run around a little bit and just
There it is.
appreciate the environment, because pretty.
Alright,
Alright. Alright, ready.
go.
Alright, give me a second, I'm running over. Oh, thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the one who answered our petition? Wait, aren't you? You are! You're the adventurer who saved our star! Would that our meeting was under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
Yeah.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
I've been to
Yeah,
space.
that's pretty awesome.
Doing.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Physics breaking zipline.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
To
Concerned
discuss the
researcher.
research, or the concerned one, sorry.
Yep.
Fucking
Another woman. The adventurer come to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill to here to aid us. A creature of unknown origins has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Your task is to quell any threats you find and search for traces of the beast responsible for all of this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us.
Yeah.
Well, first we need to
I'll
defeat some
handle
rampaging
this.
beasts.
Oh, he's
These are doing a thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Is that all?
I feel like she and Alizé would get on well.
Oh, probably.
Oh,
Come on,
absolutely.
let's pick up the creature's trail.
Beast carcass. You find ravaged beast remains, torn to shreds by sharp talons.
These claw marks.
Read that?
I've seen their like before.
Yeah.
Something follow
It's
you
starting to
from
feel
home.
like a proper hunt.
Patted plumage.
Plumage. So it's some kind of bird.
Hold on, I'm a little behind apparently. There's the plumage. Find feathers are scattered about the ground. Signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
Roasted.
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Is she just gonna just eat everything?
He has
I mean, her and
Numbers
Grau
don't
will get
look
along fine then.
She certainly got a massive appetite. Oh, hey, a big pile of shit.
good.
That is one great big pile of shit.
Using a dirt texture.
Introduce her to big fat tacos.
The cloying stench of fresh leavings assails your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close by.
fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
That's a great big pile of shit. Oh, hello.
That is one big pile of shit. Ow!
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their home?
Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, then they've got one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who cares? Let's just kill him.
You can see why I like this
Report
woman.
what we found.
Mika gives this whole speech on like how like interesting this creature is, and then this where's Thanatos? Oh, he's cutting its head off.
Oh, cutscene.
I am not at a cutscene yet.
I am.
I am.
I'm
Oh,
not
wait at first dialogue box.
Oh, there it is.
disabling auto
Wait for
advance.
Bun Boy. Disabling auto advance. Woman, stay.
She is excitable.
Powerful wings and razor sharp talons.
Alright, I wait at the first dialogue
Worthy
box.
prey.
Ready?
Enable auto advance. No. Whoa!
It's always a bigger bird.
It's a fucking toucan!
What is that thing?
What is that thing? It's a
Giant
fucking
colibri.
parrot. It's a fucking parrot.
It
Talks.
it speaks?
Mimics.
It's mimicking
God, why is that colibri so big?
I don't know. Ether?
I mean, you saw the crack.
It's heading towards the falls.
Yeah, things can just, if you get saturated with enough
I'll stay with the
ether, sometimes
researchers.
things just get
The
big.
creature, I leave to you.
Come, Waklamat.
Right.
Was she actually scared of it for a second?
Oh, big thing.
She's just still in shock.
A little bigger than she expected. Right. Right.
Same
Okay.
thing.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier.
Thank you,
It caught me by
Graham.
surprise, that's all.
Sure.
Wow.
Forgive me, but I fail to see a difference.
Oh, God.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
It's mocking her.
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
Boss time.
This woman only thinks of us, lover.
You ready for the final boss of Endwalker? Because that's what this basically is.
I feel like this is more like the prelude boss to
giant
Dawn
parrot.
Trail. The final
It
boss
is,
of
yeah,
Endwalker
but
was
it's
Zodiac.
yeah, but it is the prelude to Dawntrail, but still, it's in Endwalker. Anyway, I'm gonna kill it.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
Buster, unlock. Oh. Oh yeah, pepper. Okay.
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Ah, I'm stuck on me.
Gather together!
Okay, that's
That's sticky.
I've got you.
Oh, that's not good. Oh shit.
Thank you for doing warrior things.
That was too close.
Steady now.
Rocks. It's so come on.
Spread out, everyone.
Ah, I'm in the air.
Pay for that.
Now we're back again.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Ah, you want inside? Anyway. Okay, the others aren't handling that so well. Grahog! Now's not the time to take a nap. No, you work. Dream about food later.
Get out.
Thank you. Just getting started.
I love your jack of all trades, Bravo. You know, makes me question, like, what's Bravo's, like, class?
Jack of all trades.
That's huge over
Right up
here.
his listed as
He has Paladin, he has Black Mage.
and white.
And white. Oh, with the wings.
That was hardly a tickle.
Lady's royalty. She's got good training. That she doesn't like being copied, evidently.
Nothing to it.
I mean,
Ooh,
does
wow.
anybody like being copied like this?
Does anyone like being copied like this?
Does anyone like being copied like this?
And I have range.
And I can heal. Kill them.
Those in that range. And done.
7.
Wait, we have dialogue box. Disabled auto advantage.
1.
I'm back to dialogue box. Ready?
Not yet.
Nope. Gotta wait for Tom.
Right,
He's currently in the
loading.
process
So
of
get
dying.
his lung back into his throat.
And I had barely limbered
You
up.
tell us.
Ready to go?
I am.
Let's go. Oh, she's shaking.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected.
I think she's newer at this than she's letting on.
You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
I think it's one of those she's just not used to,
But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Behind you.
woke.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Some Looney Tunes bullshit right here.
Yeah, it's not dead.
Leave this to me.
No outfit.
New job.
Have at you.
Muggle. Good vote.
Get out.
Kryl!
Her outfit got an overhaul.
I am terribly, terribly
gotta
sorry
get
to
back
have
up.
kept you all waiting.
But shortened up the waistcoat.
She arrived as I
And
was
you got
seeing
an
the
HD
researchers to
upgrade.
safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
Smile.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
Punch it in the face with a Muggle.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tural.
The one that came with the earring.
It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf, and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tural is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. What's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tural. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
Yes.
We're eating that.
If she becomes ruler, she will institute second breakfast.
Second breakfast.
And 11s.
Alright.
Okay, so Pictomancer is a thing.
All right, Erendil, talk to us, my friend. With the wildlife pacified and the researchers safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or worse, there's really only one place we can take it, here on Charlian. The last stand. Come, let's see what Dickon can cook up for us. Aye.
So when we actually get Picklemancer, when the expansion comes out, do we get it from Kryl?
Probably not. Near as I can tell, the quest drops out of Gridania, I think.
And so, like, just her call with her grandfather. Gallup is dead, right?
Yeah, he cast the entirety of what is now known as Eureka into the live stream, and they all kind of got scattered, including an acid. So
I still need to play Eureka.
I could read it.
Every time I try to go to Eureka, there's no one there, and progress solo is so slow.
I've completed it as a Vela.
Congratulations. Well, now, there's a famished face if ever I've seen one. What can I get you? I need to cook this thing. Oh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors, and for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like. You hear?
Isn't it nice to be famous? We don't have to pay for our own food.
Right?
Feast, I see eggs.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together.
And auto advance.
I'd heard that Charlian cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
At least she's
I want
excited.
steak.
Most of the rest of the food is terrible.
Our
Last
combo.
stand is an exception.
What is this? Oh, it smells
No,
spicy.
Arville, no. Arville.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
Better not be that curry.
Come on.
I'm bread.
Uh-oh.
It is.
It is zero sauce.
According to Dickon, intensely hot
Is she
dishes have
okay?
become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
Whoops.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
Zero did it.
Zero did it.
Well.
Has the same energy as Tucker did it.
We might have assassinated the princess.
Is she okay?
It's nothing. I can't handle.
You're crying.
She's not crying.
Uh,
Oh, just we'll put it down with me. Yep, there you go.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
Oh, poor Aaronville. He's embarrassed.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in
He
assuming
was
you've known
kinda
each other for a
full of
long
us.
time?
I thick as thieves since we were little.
I
I
ship it.
beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance.
He doesn't.
Nothing more.
That is what you call Sundari.
I see. I see.
All this
Our
time
poor
you were
bum.
from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
A mice.
Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tural came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace.
Barring the blasphemies.
But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
No, we worked too hard to rebuild that shit.
After
Yeah, we
everything
can't- we
my
can't
father
have
has done to
that.
give us peace, he would drag us back into war.
We spent too much effort with the Empire.
I can't allow it. No matter what, I must
You know
win
Eorzea
this
would have to get
contest.
involved with that.
Well, there's our motivation to head there and make sure shit happens, right?
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well.
Well, if we let a war happen, Euless will be very cross
And
with us.
so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal?
I kind of want to know who the other 2 candidates are.
Is it? I'm not a big fan. I was never a big fan of.
You don't
Garland.
need to decide
Oh,
right this
but
moment,
I can't have war.
but I will need
Also,
you
we
if
like
I'm to
Euless.
triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case,
Gaius might also
allow
be
us
a
to
bit
prepare a
annoyed.
room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing.
And it's just-
Once we finish eating, would you mind if
Got a
I
big
took the rest of the
appetite, this
meat?
woman. I love her.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, like you mentioned a second ago, Hades, that Eorzea would probably get involved if Garlemald was invaded. The thing is they really couldn't beyond the Ilzabard contingent, which is comprised entirely of volunteers.
Yes, but at this point, we're
Most
working on
people, the
creep-
overwhelming majority of the world's population, still actively despises Garlemald. A handful of sympathizers ain't gonna change that in such a short span of time.
Well, the Ilzabard contingent will be caught in the middle, and I mean the Scions will absolutely get involved.
I mean,
Yeah, but
yeah.
those alone probably would not be enough to turn the tide of a war of that scale if it was a full-blown invasion.
if we get involved in the Scions,
Either way, it's going to be a massive clusterfuck, and also we've
It
kind
would
of
be
put a
a
lot of effort
geotarget.
into reforming and rebuilding the Empire as some sort of republic. So,
and it would just,
Yeah.
and if we allow Garlemald to fall to them, imagine what message that sends to the rest of them, especially considering, again, Doma is still rebuilding after their shit with Garlemald and Alamigo. So what's
Yeah.
to say they won't go after them next?
Right?
guys, are
I mean, the thing is, like, Doma and Alamigo have a much better reputation on the world stage than Garlemald ever will. That's part of the reason why it's such an easy target. For one thing, you know, there's the heroics involved that most people see the
I mean,
takedown of what's left of Garlemald as a good thing. and the fact that no one's going to be willing to lift a finger to help.
I mean, if
because
this guy's so
on a
ambitious
political
for
level-
conquest, though, Garlemald's the easy target for that reason, yes, but then he takes Garlemald,
That too.
and suddenly he needs a new target to expand.
That's just the thing with stuff like this. If
Either
you
he
allow-
needs a new target, or he can just sit on that and use that to consolidate power. Because, he'll be swimming in the reputation of finishing off the evil Garleans, and that would carry him for a long time on a political and reputational scale.
People that have the kind of the whole conquest, wanting to grow empire kind of mindset, don't tend to stop at one.
That's exactly
No.
what happened with Garlemald.
Well, they had Emmett Selk egging them on, so
And this guy
That's
could
a-
just be the next Emmett Selk for all we know.
Wow.
there's a
don't insult
there's almost
Emmett.
no chance he has an ass
Okay,
involved there.
The Emmett who went crazy after being
Either way,
Well, by
either way,
Zodiac, not
either
the
way, it's
one
going to
that
be
we know.
bad news one way or the other. So that's our motivation. I wonder who the other two candidates are. Is this Mikate?
I think Kona's one of them because he's one of the
Yeah,
siblings.
and then there's
So you
one
just-
other.
Probably why he was why he recently stopped being a student at the Studium. Competition was coming up, and he had to go home to deal with that.
You said that the other Scions were backing another candidate.
Yeah,
right?
like from what I've gathered from what's been said about Dawntrail, the Scions are going to be split down the middle. One half's going to be supporting, well, I presume, work, and then the other half are going to be supporting someone else, maybe Koana.
I'm
knows?
guessing from what I know, since this other brother Kona was a student, I'm guessing.
I will say,
that this-
I will say. Here's the thing: we saw in the trailer, we saw Estinian sort of walking around on his own, and we
Well,
saw
Estinian is
Y'shtola
always
sort of
good.
hanging around on her own as well. We saw Graha and Kryal together, and those two are coming with us, we know. And it's also stated in like the promotional material that the twins come with us. So I think what's happening is that the Scions are sort of being split like 3 ways, each supporting different candidates. And chances are the fourth bad one is the one we're going to wind up reunifying to take down, is how I'm predicting this is going to go. Like, we're friendly,
Well,
competing,
there's
but
al-
like trying to sabotage that deck.
I also feel like
doesn't
though,
matter how-
the competition's only going to be like the first part of Dawntrail, because the Golden City, that's absolutely Solution 9. Or whatever the hell's
It
going
might
on
be.
with that place.
I mean,
So there's going to be, like, my prediction of Dawntrail, like, we're going to start off, like, the first third, kind of like up in Endwalker up to us dealing with Zodiac, is going to be,
I'm on.
the competition, and then other shit happens.
I'm
We'll
also
see.
thinking between like all the Scions splitting. Y'shtola's busy with her own shit with like researching how to get to the other shards. I don't really think she's gonna have a whole lot of.
I mean, maybe
It
access to resources that would help with that research might be a motivation for her to get involved. If the one she's backing wins, they'll let her access to all of that research
Also,
material.
in the curiosity of Solution 9,
Estinian-
in the alliance, not the alliance raid, it wasn't an alliance raid,
normal
was
raid.
it? Yes, the normal raids. Like on like one of the holographic billboards in this simulated world, that looked like an Asian glyph.
A lot of people have pointed that out, so it's possible that it's like the Synodic Scribe put out a video talking about this. Hi, Scribe. Yeah, I'm over here. I actually talked to the guy. So there was he put out a video talking about Solution 9 a little bit, and he theorized that since it was part of the Asians' whole plan, once the star was fully reconstructed and all of the rejoinings happened, to release all of the souls that Zodiark had swallowed back into the world so that they could repopulate it. Solution 9 might have been where those souls were meant to go, where they would sort of be gathered to be brought up to speed on what they missed. Sort of like this high-tech paradise, sort of sequestered away from everything else, but with Zodiark now dead and those souls recycling naturally again,
I mean,
but still sundered.
It's-
It could be that it's just an empty utopia with a couple of Asians presiding over it who have nothing to do now. They're just like, well, we don't have a job.
That's how they're going to address the remaining red masks. Like they're all just kind of chilling there.
Possibly. It's a theory. But knowing Yoshi P and the writers, we're probably
I mean, it's called
completely wrong
Solution
about all
9,
of this.
so it was a solution.
That's a Final
to
Fantasy IX
something.
reference.
Still,
It's a Final Fantasy IX reference, so it might be functioning kind of like Terra from FF9, where like they wanted to supplant all life on Gaia.
Still, I'm willing to bet it's the fabled, rumored Golden City. It's not so golden, but
Or at the very least, the Golden City is a veneer over it. Anyways, Aaronville.
I just don't really see Estinian really getting involved in this unless like he joins our side.
Maybe he's just in it for the fight. He's just like, ugh, no hard feelings, but can I fight you? Like, hey, it's me, Goku. I heard your power is really strong. Want to fight? Anyway,
Because I could see like maybe the twins and possibly Urianger with the guy who used to be a student.
well, anyway, whether Wuklamot has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say. But I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, it's past time I reported our mission success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have a royal meal. She'll come by the annex later. Till then.
But I get this feeling like he and her have like something.
I don't know
He
if
just
it's
doesn't
anything.
wanna admit
I
it.
doubt it's anything romantic, but I get the impression that there's definitely like there's definitely a long-term relationship of some form there. She clearly really likes him, even if only just as a friend, and he's kind of embarrassed by her antics. But I imagine like in that way where like you're endeared by someone who's weird. Like they're embarrassing in public, but in private they're a delight.
So like me and Thanatos.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know who
It is
you
very
are.
much a Nia
I'm not with
Thanatos
you.
relationship.
I would never associate with an elf.
All right, last quest.
I never associate with an idiot.
Last quest. Let's go. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wuklamot's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenon is bound to have some information on the continent.
Just the thought of burying myself in books is making me feel sleepy. Yeah, that's a Thanatos. If you guys want to do the top one, that's fine. I'm gonna do the bottom.
I
one
need
to see.
info.
Fair enough. Certainly wouldn't hurt to be better informed. Quite right. Not only would it help you to make an informed decision, but if you do choose to go, you would be better prepared for what awaits. What did you get, Thanatos?
We're talking about mysterious lands and unknown wonders here. On continent we'll find reports so thrilling as to drive any thoughts of napping from your mind.
Come, my friend. Let us be off to the archives.
Yeah, I like Look, but I still want to know more about the other two candidates. I feel like to make
Other
up for
three
this-
candidates.
Well, we know one of them is Dick.
One's a dick, one used to be a student here, and we don't know anything about the other one.
I'm more interested in learning about the other two forces we could potentially back.
I'm wondering, considering she's a Hrothgar, this one that used to be a student is a Mikote. I'm guessing the other two are probably different races too, because I have
One's
this
probably
strange feeling that
Mamulja.
he doesn't actually have any biological children.
One of them might be a Mamulja. Oh, the other one is.
Is there any other race that'll be introduced to us in there?
I mean, there's like a goblin sub-race over there.
Matonga as well.
Never seen actually Matonga fight. I didn't think that'd be interesting to see like what kind of like fighting capabilities they have.
I mean, you can encounter hostile Matonga in fucking in the Azim Steppe. Pudding Way. Okay.
Yeah, the tree.
Where is the stars blasted pudding? All right. Got a library to search. First book is gonna be over here somewhere. Unblemished book.
Oh, there's a the lookout point. 1 second.
Ah.
What?
Oh, I've already got that one.
I got it now.
I don't know what to look up.
Actually, wait, no, I don't have the. I don't think I have the sightseeing log on this character. No, I don't.
Bless you.
Anyway, unblemished book. It is let's hear Eorzean cuisine history. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tural. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous potato. These crops and more that regularly grace Eorzean dining tables trace their origins to the New World, as the place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when a Lamensan sailor named Ketenram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. Ketenram spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the sprawling nation of Mamulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with the permission to roam freely. Ketenram would return to Tural several times, but during his first expedition, he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Limsa. The most notable of these was the potato, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it quickly spread to all corners of Eorzea. Produce was far from the only bounty of Ketenram's expeditions to Tural. Many tantalizing recipes, such as the bean-filled burrito, and gripping legends, such as that of the Golden City, reached our shores by way of his ship. To those outside of Ketenram's circle, Tural largely remains shrouded in mystery, yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. Alright, that is one book down, where we learn about food.
I'm glad Rook's not here because she would already be looking for the cafeteria.
What, you kidding? She's already at it. That's why she's not here. She's eating. The flora and fauna of Tural. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Tural is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist that are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tome introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. The alpaca. Accustomed to Tural's craggy mountain ranges, this four-legged beastkin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Wyvery. This ferocious scalekin is native to the dense jungles of Tural. The Mamulja have succeeded in taming them and utilized their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Wyvery is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valigarmanda. Turali folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts, and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain.
I sense a
That's
future
the
trial.
creature that she talked about.
Or a dungeon boss. Hopefully.
Valigarmanda is probably going to be a trial, if I were to guess.
Probably. Something that legendary would not just be a frickin' dungeon boss.
Alright, lines in the sand. The geopolitics of Hydaelyn. Let us begin by comparing the geographical characteristics of the three great continents and Tural. The former stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. A case in point is the Alligans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east into Ilzabard. Their movement would have been mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tural waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Mamulja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament to the Autarch's greatness. Autarch being another word for their leader.
One of the things that amused me when it explored the new content for the next expansion, obviously the big thing is exploring Tural, while a bit of side content is going to other planets.
Yeah.
And just like making outposts there is just the chill thing.
4,000 years, Final Fantasy XIV would just straight up be a space opera. Alright, principles of blue magic and spell acquisition. The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallaki, a tribe in the distant continent of Tural. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they have learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is so named for the ceruleum deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under a shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Wallaki's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtless gleaned, is for the significance it holds to the Wallaki. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom this noble magic was born. Having perused a wide selection of books relating to Tural, we are somewhat better informed about our potential decision. Graha will be eager to know what we have discovered. Should we want to read these again, we can talk to the reference.
Do you recall with the opening blue magic quest, there are some Amulja involved in that?
Yeah, it's just straight up. It comes from Tural. Graha, my man, scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tural, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let's continue this outside. The mammoths do not take kindly to chatter.
What are they gonna do to me?
Throw you out on your ass and bar you.
I'm the warrior of light.
They don't give a damn. They're mammoths.
I have diplomatic immunity.
No, you don't.
Not in a library and not to a mammoth. Disable auto advance.
Disabling.
Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. I like tacos, what can I say? I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tural within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? What do you say?
Didn't really mention the city of gold. Not really.
I'm gonna go for the top one, like the origin story of the whole
one.
the relationship with
Ketan
Lindsay
Ram.
and
I was rather taken with the tale of Kettenram. Yes, the renowned Laminton explorer who traversed the Indigo Deep and discovered the unknown West. And his accomplishments didn't end there. He traveled Tural extensively and even forged a friendship with the Dawn Servant. If we were able to meet Kettenram, what things we could learn. Alas, all of this happened nigh 80 years ago, and he may no longer be alive to tell his tales.
May.
But moving on, did you perchance learn aught about the fauna of Tural? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. Valigarmanda.
Yep.
Yeah, doing the model.
I learned about Valigarmanda. It's such a fun name, Valigarmanda. Now why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against the fell beast? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists.
Don't
Yeah,
call it
that
our
kind of
prey.
sound
Make
more
us.
like a dragon.
Don't call it our.
heard familiar voices.
Don't call it our prey. You make us sound like Xenos.
Alize! Enough now!
Twins.
Twins.
Fancy running into the two of you here.
He made me read.
Well. Have some research of your own, do you? Aye. We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Raza Han, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of the two of you? What endeavor brings you here this day?
So someone wants to declare war on Garlemald.
Blah, 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 blah.
A nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tural. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We do well to read up on Tuliolal ourselves. The contest. Are you the only one allowed to help Uklamat? There was no mention of such restriction, as I recall. On the contrary, Uklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Arfano. We have planning to do. Alize, wait!
Well, we know that Alize wouldn't side against the Warrior of Light. She's as much of a fangirl as Grow is a fanboy.
Twould seem our plans have changed, if you'll excuse me.
I mean, Alize is also very competitive. Maybe you could just see it as like a contest to try to best us.
Nah, the twins are siding our team and being up with us.
Also, if Alize won that contest, she'd sulk more than if she lost
Although,
it.
here's an idea. What if Alize sides with us, but Alphinaud sides with the guy who used to be a student?
It looks like Alphinaud sides with us, because I mean, in the trailer, he's on the boat with us. So.
Yeah. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let us return to the annex.
You know, I always forget that, like, Alize is actually still as much of a kind of a scholar as much as Alphinaud is. I always figured he was the more bookish and she was more like, I want to punch things.
Well, we both went to the sea.
I mean, that is the case.
But, yeah.
But she still does research.
She does still know things, but she is very much a go in and stab and ask questions later.
Like, I can go with the Warrior of Light and stab things? Count me
And blow
in.
them up? Nice.
Alphinaud,
Because
we're
she
going.
red mage, they blow shit up.
What we talk about now, we're going. No! She just has to drag Alphinaud everywhere.
Well, yeah. She's not letting that guy go again. You kidding? Aha. Cutscene.
Cat boy.
Make sure all advance. Disable, good. Graha.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story.
I agree. I still want to know more about the other candidates.
Auto advance on in 3, 2, 1, go.
What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wurklamat's request?
What do we say?
Still, again, like, my difficulty story-wise with this is that we just haven't heard anything about the other candidates. Like, we have so little frame of reference.
I mean, the bottom one, I don't really see this much as politics. I mean, it has some. Honestly, we're not really a part of the politics. We just need to hit shit.
Yeah, I'm more inclined towards the middle because story-wise it does frustrate me that they haven't talked about the other candidates at all. She's kind of just I like her, but she's kind of just turned up and said, "Hey, support me," and has zero frame of reference of my nation, the other candidates, or anything. It's like
another thing,
blind.
Yeah, another thing we should probably take is this whole competition is to determine the next leader. And so far, I like her. but she hasn't quite given me the whole I can be a competent leader vibe.
I just don't think we have enough information.
Yeah, I would like to see the other candidates and maybe have some more information first. So I kind of go with the middle one, like Tom.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested in stopping a potential war, but who to back?
I don't want. Well, yeah.
I don't blame
want
you.
To stop a war.
No matter
I
the
wanna stop a war,
assurances,
but-
it's no simple thing to wade into the midst of a political struggle. And in a foreign land at that. How about this then? Instead of deciding here, go there first and then decide.
See it firsthand, that makes sense.
In the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward.
I'll chat with dear old Dad, my help.
That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think.
He said the thing.
He said
It's
the
enough
thing.
to stir me to the
He
core.
did. That's like we're kind of. It's our job as a Zen.
Let's go to Asian things. But, you know, without the
Life
wilderness.
is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
Good words to cap off this particular plot arc.
Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Graha off to do something.
Kind of wonder how the other Scions get involved in this. Maybe they get approached off screen.
Word of mouth.
Oh, hey, speak of the devil.
We're being spied on.
Stop spying on me! Why is
that's what
Thancred spying on us?
I mean, it's what he does. He's a sneaky feat. He's a rogue. He
He's a
uses
gunbreaker.
he uses a gun blade, but his first thing is he's the Scion spy and espionage guy.
Why is he spying on us?
Because he's backing a different candidate and just found out that we're getting involved too.
Great.
Chica. Welcome back. If you're looking for Clamont, she's currently with the others in her chambers. If you like, I can go fetch them for you. Yes, fetch everyone.
Fetch.
Understood. Please wait in the main hall. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Good thing there are no Numo here.
So you think Thancred's already been approached and is just spying
Well,
on
yeah,
us?
Thancred and Urianger have already been approached. They've basically blatantly said as much in previous cutscenes.
Okay, so they're against this.
There's someone else approached. Like, it's been a while, so I'm trying to remember the context. I do vaguely remember that. Them saying they had like a thing to go do.
Alright. I shall await the first dialogue box.
Disable auto advance.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
Alright, enable text auto advance.
Able auto advance. Go.
Star Trek reference. Shall we pick that one?
I wish to boldly go where I've never gone before.
Yes.
Not a commitment to help with the political thing, but a commitment to at least go and see what's up.
then you need me as much as I need you. Together, we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
Dawntrail. Alize.
Alphino, Alize! What are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklemat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who were sneaking after Erenville as toads.
Ah.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
Anvil, run.
First impressions last.
Alize can't argue with that.
She puffed up her cheeks.
Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Oh no, you're getting dragged onto this.
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable.
He's trying to look for an out.
They're strong,
Yeah.
aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
Come on, Bundle.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was.
Or is she nervous?
Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
Well, I know Graha's not staying
But
behind. He has to
Graha-
tackle. He doesn't stay behind. In the trailer, he's quite clearly in Tural, eating tacos.
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Oh, the eyes.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Eyes. Of that shimmer.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
Still need context, but good first impressions.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
New map.
There.
pixelated nightmare.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
That map needs the HD update.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. They also need to uncloud Ilzabard.
That'll be coming in the summer with the rest of it.
And there they are.
Endwalker.
Gonna skip the credits now. 3, 2, 1, back!
Ending off the credit scenes.
There will be. Just have to complete the quest by talking to Ojika. Let's see here, alright? Less to worry about your passage to Tural. Aaronville will arrange a ship through his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you. A rugged and ready knapsack. It may serve you well on your coming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be. 6 to 9 months. But rest assured, I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your ease.
It's fine, we have an idiot to deal with until then.
Not today, though, I don't think.
No, next time.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in the Legion of Superheroes
Limbs.
and Pirates. Stydian is...
When does the next ship set sail?
I'm gonna just let this run.
May I ask your destination?
Tural.
The north and east. I've already seen.
He's going over Tural just because he hasn't seen it yet.
I suppose I'll head west this time.
He's just exploring.
West, you
I
say?
respect that.
So Sinead just goes there because he wants to see the world. Yeah,
That's what he's been doing since he retired as the Azure Dragoon.
He needs to find new things to poke with his
Better,
stick.
he just doesn't. He really just doesn't want to go back to.
He knows he'll be
He's
a
avoiding
costume.
Aimrook. Alright, check.
Orange.
And Dadcrid.
Spy.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen. But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways. Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them. If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition.
Who are they backing and why?
I'm guessing the others. I'm guessing the
Though
guys
thine
who-
expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed. Oh, how
feel
could
like
I
Ishtolo
possibly
might be
be,
working with the Scholar.
knowing what's to come?
These two strike me as they'd be working for the third one, maybe.
Maybe.
Sneaky.
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel. Aye. This will be a mission to remember.
We'll compete with each other and then
He's looking at us.
we'll compete with each other and then something will bring the Scions back together.
Come,
Because
my
Lord
friend.
Anchor-
We make for Tural.
Anchor breaking the fourth wall.
T'challa?
Captain?
Tell me,
Oh,
have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Hades.
We're gonna check that one off the list.
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
Have not seen that yet.
That could be another one. That we do later.
The fabled golden cities of the New World?
That's up next on the chopping block.
We're getting there, Emmett.
We'll see them all, don't you worry. We'll fulfill our station.
We are the traveler.
That's what we do. Takes us a while, but no journey worth taking is short.
Hey, we don't have to clean up their mess anymore.
Wait,
Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizons bond, and tread the gilded path beyond.
We say we don't need to clean up the mess anymore. Depends what solution 9 is.
Yeah.
Like if,
Alright.
if Emmett is just kind of actually just putting us to clear up some of his left behind baggage, I'm gonna go to the and kick him in the shins.
That would honestly be kind of funny. Oh, hey, look at this. I got a
We got
backpack.
we got a new title. Sun Chaser.
Sun Chaser. It's a fashion item, is it?
Yep. Which you can access from the, you can access your fashion accessories from the character submenu.
I know, because remember, I have certain fashion items myself.
Like Diabolos's wings, because neat.
Because this is just a thing I do, or used to do, before God took them away from me. Ah.